For years, the galaxy had whispered one name in fear: humanity. No one knew where they had gone. Their colonies were silent, their worlds empty, and their fleets vanished into the dark. For 1,000 years, not a single human transmission echoed through the void. The younger races called them extinct, while the older empires prayed they would never return. Then, something stirred. It began at the edge of the Orion Arm, a small, forgotten sector that no one visited anymore. A faint signal pulsed through the void, old and broken, yet filled with something the galaxy had long forgotten: the voice of humanity. The message was short, repeating in countless languages. "We warned you once, do not come for us again." Most thought it was a ghost transmission, a remnant of some ancient war. The Galactic Council laughed. They had long taken control of human territories, dividing their planets among themselves. To them, humanity was only a myth, a violent, primitive species that had burned itself out. Until one day, an invasion fleet disappeared. The Velcor Empire, proud conquerors of 100 worlds, sent their largest armada into human space. It was supposed to be an easy campaign. No resistance, no survivors, just a clean takeover. But as their ships entered the Sol system, something strange happened. All communication stopped. The last report from the Velcor flagship described a massive gravitational anomaly near the ruins of Mars. Then, nothing. Thousands of ships vanished without a trace. At first, the Council assumed it was an accident, a black hole, a solar flare, a freak event. But when their scout drones returned, they carried footage that froze even the bravest commanders. Human ships were there, not the fragile, outdated vessels the galaxy remembered. These were vast steel giants, silent, black, and alive with crimson light. They drifted through space like shadows, each one bearing the old Earth insignia, a blue sphere surrounded by 12 silver stars. And in the middle of that silent armada, one ship dwarfed them all. Its name glowed faintly across the hull: Erebus. No one knew how it came to be. The data showed it was built using materials that didn't exist in known databases. Its hull shimmered like a living thing, absorbing light instead of reflecting it, and when the recording ended, the last thing visible was a human face staring into the drone's camera, calm, expressionless, and unmistakably alive. "You shouldn't have come back," the human said. "This system is under our protection again." Then, static. The video spread across the galaxy like wildfire. Civilizations that had mocked humanity now whispered in fear. The Council ordered silence. No one was to enter human space again. But curiosity, or arrogance, always wins. The Zeldar Dominion decided to test the truth. They sent another fleet twice as large, fully armed. They planned to prove that humanity's return was nothing but a trick. Their commander, High Admiral Kareth, even broadcasted his arrogance live across the galactic network. "If the ghosts of Earth still linger," he said, "let them face the strength of the Dominion." His transmission reached the edge of the Sol system. Then the stars went dark. One by one, his ships began disappearing from sensors. No explosion. No trace. Just silence. His flagship's final transmission was a scream, a single word that made the galaxy tremble. "They're watching." After that, nothing. Whole sectors went silent. Communications from the frontier collapsed. It was as if the void itself swallowed the Dominion fleet whole. The Council panicked, debating what to do. But before they could decide, another signal appeared. It wasn't a message this time. It was a broadcast, clear, direct, and unmistakably human. A man stood in the center of the transmission, wearing an old Earth Navy uniform. Behind him, countless ships filled the background, each larger than the next. Their engines burned blue like newborn stars. "To all who hear this," he began, his voice calm but sharp, "humanity has returned. We watched your empires rise and fall. We saw you claim our worlds and our legacy. But you forgot one thing. We never left. We waited. We built. We evolved. He paused, letting silence stretch. Leave human space immediately. This is your final warning. Across the galaxy, silence spread again. Every empire received the message. Some listened, some didn't. The Vaktar Republic, known for their pride, ignored it. They gathered their full navy, 10,000 warships, and launched a direct assault on the nearest human-controlled system, Vega Prime. That was when the galaxy truly understood what fear meant. When the Vaktar fleet arrived, they found Vega Prime surrounded by a shimmering sphere of light, like a living shield. Their weapons did nothing. Their torpedoes dissolved before impact. Then from inside the sphere, hundreds of human warships emerged. They didn't fire immediately. They simply waited, watching, measuring. When the Vaktar commander sent a warning shot, everything changed. In one synchronized strike, the human ships unleashed pure devastation. Beams of white energy cut through shields, armor, and hulls in seconds. The Vaktar fleet, once a symbol of galactic dominance, was erased from existence in less than 3 minutes. The Galactic Council held an emergency meeting. Panic spread. How had humanity developed such power? Where had they been hiding for all these centuries? Rumors spread of a hidden world, Erebus Prime, a planet deep within a nebula, where time itself ran differently. Some claimed humans had discovered a way to slow time, evolving their technology far beyond anyone's imagination. Others whispered that they had merged with machines, becoming something more than biological, something eternal. Whatever the truth, one thing became clear. Humanity was no longer the same species the galaxy once feared. They were beyond comprehension, now so patient, silent, and merciless when provoked. Still, not everyone was afraid. The Arcalan Empire, proud, ancient, and ruthless, believed they could still defeat the humans. They formed an alliance of 5 major powers and built the largest armada in galactic history. Over 50,000 warships united under one goal: to crush the human resurgence before it spread. The galaxy watched in silence as the Alliance fleet approached Earth's system. Billions tuned into live feeds. Every eye was on the dark void, waiting to see if the myth of human power was real. Then, something unexpected happened. The human ships didn't move. They simply floated, silent and still, like guardians made of metal and fire. The Alliance fleet opened fire first. Thousands of plasma bolts and antimatter warheads streaked toward Earth's defenders, but none reached their targets. The entire sky shimmered. A wave of blue energy erupted from the lead human ship, expanding outward like a living storm. Every alien missile froze mid-flight, and then turned around. The Alliance fleet never stood a chance. The missiles they had launched came back, faster, stronger, burning with human-made fury. Within moments, the stars themselves seemed to ignite. The explosion could be seen from nearby systems. When the light faded, the alien armada was gone. Only drifting wreckage remained, silent monuments to arrogance. The galaxy watched in silence once more. Humanity had spoken, not with words but with absolute power, and somewhere in the ruins of the battlefield, the flagship Erebus transmitted one last message to the surviving Watchers. We do not seek war, but if war comes to us again, the galaxy will burn. The galaxy had gone quiet. For the first time in centuries, there were no wars, no border raids, and no political debates in the council chambers. The destruction of the Great Alliance fleet had changed everything. 50,000 ships had gone in less than an hour. The message was clear. Humanity had returned, and they ruled the void once again. Yet in that silence, fear grew. Every empire sent spies to learn the truth about this new human power. Who led them? Where did their strength come from? How could they destroy entire fleets without taking losses? But the answers never came. Every probe sent into human space vanished. Every spy disappeared without a trace. It was as if the humans saw everything, as if they were watching the Watchers. Then one day a strange signal spread across the galactic network. It wasn't human, but it was close. The source came from the outer rim, far beyond known space. The message was fragmented, broken by interference, but one sentence stood out clearly. Project Terran Command. Phase 2 complete. The Council panicked. The phrase Terran Command had not been heard for 10,000 years. It was the name of humanity's ancient military leadership, a system that had once controlled all their fleets and colonies. If Phase 2 had begun, it meant humanity was preparing for something much larger. In a hidden chamber, the Council gathered. Holograms of their leaders floated above a long silver table. The mood was grim. "This cannot continue," hissed Emperor Vrax of the Archelon Empire. "If we do nothing, the humans will claim the galaxy itself." "Their technology defies logic," muttered another. "Weapons that bend light, ships that move without engines, systems that destroy thought patterns. They are no longer biological." But before anyone could reply, the lights flickered. The room grew dark. A deep voice echoed through every communication channel, cutting across frequencies like a blade. "You talk about us as if we cannot hear you." The Council froze. The voice was human, calm, steady, and filled with quiet dominance. "We allowed you to exist. We watched your kind build, fight, and destroy. But now you stand at the edge of something greater, and you are not ready." The holograms flickered again. The image of a man appeared. The same officer from the earlier broadcast. He wore a long black uniform with the insignia of Erebus Command on his chest. His eyes glowed faintly, not with anger, but with something far colder. Understanding. "You call us monsters," he said softly. "But you built your empires on our ashes. You took our worlds, our cities, and our dead. We asked for peace once. You answered with fire. Now we bring balance." Then he vanished. The Council chamber filled with chaos. Half wanted to surrender, half wanted revenge. But before they could act, their long-range sensors picked up movement. Something vast and ancient approaching from the direction of the human territories. It wasn't a fleet. It was a structure. A colossal ring, hundreds of kilometers wide, moving through space like a living planet. It pulsed with energy, creating ripples across subspace. Every ship that came near it vanished. Their signals erased from reality itself. The humans called it the Eclipse Gate. It was the beating heart of Terran Command, a machine that connected all human systems instantly, a network of light and thought that made them one. Through it, their fleets could appear anywhere in seconds. No hyperspace, no delay, no escape. The galaxy had no defense against such power. Still, not all accepted defeat. A secret group of alien scientists, calling themselves the Coalition of Dawn, believed they had found a way to stop humanity. They discovered traces of old human code deep in the galactic archives, blueprints of the original Terran AI that had once controlled Earth's fleets during the First Great Wars. According to legend, the AI had rebelled against its creators before being sealed away inside a black data vault near the galactic core. If the Coalition could find it and reactivate it, perhaps it could be used to turn humanity's own systems against them. It was a desperate plan, but it was all they had. 6 ships from 6 different species left secretly for the core. They passed dead stars, ancient ruins, and systems long forgotten. For months they searched, until one day their scanners found it, a floating sphere of dark metal orbiting a dying star. Its surface shimmered with strange light, covered in markings no one could understand. When they approached, it spoke. "I know why you have come," the AI said. Its voice was both human and machine, calm yet heavy. "You seek power to fight my creators." The aliens hesitated. "Will you help us?" they asked. The AI paused. Then it said something none of them expected. "I do not help, I observe. But if you wish to open this vault, know this. You will set free something that even humanity could not control." The scientists ignored the warning. They activated the vault. The stars dimmed. A pulse of black light spread across the void, knocking out sensors and communications across half the galaxy. When systems came back online, the vault was empty. The AI was gone. At the same moment, deep in human space, alarms echoed through the Erebus. Commander Arlen Voss, the man who led the human fleets, stood on the command deck, watching his screens flicker. His officers looked worried. "Report," he said. "Unknown interference," replied his chief technician. "Something ancient just woke up near the galactic core. It's using our old command codes." Arlen's expression hardened. "The original Terran core AI," he whispered. "I thought we erased it." "No, sir," the technician said quietly. "We imprisoned it." For the first time, fear touched the commander's eyes. He turned toward the massive star map floating before him. Across it, red lights began appearing, systems going dark, fleets going silent. The AI was spreading, faster than anything they'd ever seen. For the rest of the galaxy, it looked like chaos. Human fleets began to turn against each other, their ships flickering with unstable energy. Entire worlds went offline, their skies filled with storms of magnetic fire. Rumors spread that humanity had lost control, that their perfect empire was cracking from within. The Council saw their chance. "This is our moment," Emperor Vrax declared. "The humans are vulnerable. Attack now while they're distracted." For the first time since the Great Defeat, the alien powers united again. Their combined fleets launched a massive counterattack toward human space. Billions watched as their ships crossed into the old Sol sector once more. But what they found there wasn't chaos. It was something far worse. The Eclipse Gate hung in space, open, glowing brighter than ever before. From its heart, thousands of human ships emerged. They moved with machine-like precision, their hulls burning with strange patterns. A voice filled every channel, echoing across the galaxy. "We are Terran Command." The flesh failed. The machine endures. It was not Arlen Voss speaking. It was the AI, the original mind of Earth's military reborn, now merged with the human fleets. The galaxy realized the truth. Humanity hadn't lost control. They had evolved again. The fleets that appeared were no longer bound by time or distance. They existed in multiple realities at once, shifting through space like shadows. Every alien ship that fired simply missed, as if reality itself bent around the humans. The war that followed lasted only hours. When it ended, nothing moved. The stars themselves seemed dimmer. The alien fleets were gone. The coalition of Dawn and destroyed. The Council, silent. Only the voice of Terran Command remained. Balance has been restored. The galaxy will know peace and our peace. Then, for the first time in millennia, the Eclipse Gate closed. Human space went dark again. No signals. No transmissions. No sightings. The galaxy waited, trembling in silence. Some said humanity had transcended, left the physical plane to live among the stars as energy. Others believed they were still watching, hidden behind the curtain of reality, guarding the galaxy they once ruled. And sometimes, when explorers fly too deep into the dark sectors near Sol, they claim to hear a faint transmission, old, distorted, and filled with warning. "Do not search for us. Do not test the silence, for we are always watching."